What's going on, people? This is End Time. Welcome to DFG Podcast, drama-free gaming. That's how we like it around here. We try to keep things drama-free. If this is your first time and you're checking us out on YouTube, you know what to do, man. Hit that subscribe button. You got no choice. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, whatever they calling it these days. Just do it. It don't cost you nothing but a moment in time that you're not going to regret. We have the usual suspect with us this evening. We only have one of the duo that makes the trio. We have Jay with us. What's going on, Dark Dad? Jay, my brother from another mother.
I'm tired.
No, man. Bring the heat tonight. Bring the heat. Bring the energy, brother. Come on, brother. Come on.
Well. Let's see. I'm coming off the weekend job. That's where I actually have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
And then I got to get up in the morning and head to job number 2. Yeah, I'm an old man, still working, still doing my thing, but I'm here. I appreciate those that have been with us on this journey and staying with us. So
it's all good,
as
bro.
promised.
It's all good.
I will. Depending on what we talking about tonight, the heat could be broken.
We gonna bring the heat, and I think I'm gonna summon right now. I'm gonna summon from Jay the straight shooting, the forthcoming, the no holds bar Jay. That's the one that I want tonight, because we got a couple of things that I want to chat about. And here on Drama Free, I think and I hope that we can move in this direction and maybe remain in this direction. If we haven't done so, we want to bring a perspective of gaming from a point of view of not only veteran gamers, like we've been on the gaming scene for a long time, right? We talk about Atari, we talk about ColecoVision, we talking about, Pong, we talking about the inception of Nintendo, and we talk about retro, right? And we share memories and we talk about it. We do it here on the channel, we do it on our Discord. And if you guys haven't checked us out on our Discord, what are you waiting for? Go over to Drama Free Gaming, join the community. It's just a bunch of us, great head, veterans, gamers. This is our hobby, okay? It's not our life. It is our hobby. And it's something that brings us fond memories, joy. And that's what I want to speak about tonight, Jay. Not so much the memories and the joy, but I want to give the listening audience, maybe the younger generation that don't really realize how much drama is out there and how much drama is stirred up by the 3% of gamers who are like critical and fanatics, and they're just in love with this concept of gaming, that it has to be perfection. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a perfect game, a perfect system. Even if you have a high-end, super duper kick butt computer, you're still going to find something to nitpick about. That's technology, right? That's just how this is, right? Jay, talk to me a little bit about that, man.
Well, if you want me to get technical about it, we pretty much got a bunch of whiny ass babies here today when it comes to gaming. I mean, I just want to call it like it is. I want to go ahead and shoot straight down the middle. Gaming has spoiled a lot of people. Back in the day, and I hate to say it, I hate to be that old head and but you can agree that is a phrase to be used in this discussion, correct?
Yeah, I mean, how is it, right? And maybe my fond memories of my childhood and coming up with all these games, like we saw the birth of the icons and the mascots of the systems that we have today, right? We saw the birth of Mario, right? And Nintendo launching. We saw, PlayStation 1 in its inception and Crash Bandicoot and God of War, and all that, Kratos on that scene. We saw Master Chief and Halo on the Xbox when they came down the line. I mean, we saw the beginnings, the birth of gaming, and we experienced it and we grew up with it. And now all I hear, well, all you're going to find, in my opinion, on social media and on platforms are just the minority just complaining. And I know that, the hot fire, the hot mess, the car crash is the one that gets attention. We don't look at the bigger, broader picture. And that's what I want to chat about tonight, man. Let's start off, Jay, if you don't mind. I'm going to start off with, have you heard of a game called Redfall?
Redfall?
Redfall. Yeah, Arcane Studios, under the umbrella, or I should say part of Xbox Studios now. Arcane Studios dropping Redfall here, I believe May 5th. It's a first-person shooter where you fight vampires and other mystical creatures and whatnot. It's a 4-player co-op. Now it rings a bell. Okay.
Okay.
So what have you seen or heard about the game? Because I know that you've been doing life and living and providing for your kids. So what have you heard as an average gamer?
Well, as a guy that pretty much used to read gaming news and be on top of it on a daily, I consume it on, and you're right, I consume it on an average. Being honest, I've heard nothing and read nothing on Redfall because Redfall doesn't interest me in the slightest.
Okay, fair enough. But have you heard any buzz, any news out there regarding this game and its launch and all the drama surrounding it at this point?
No, the only thing that I've been aware of that's been like a hot button issue, Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
And Diablo 4, which is kind of like everybody's kind of clamoring for those since they're right around the corner.
Okay.
But Redfall, I know nothing of the Redfall controversy.
So that in itself, you have heard news of Diablo, you have heard news of Street Fighter. I mean, those are two popular games franchises in their own respect, right? So Redfall is a new IP, and Redfall is the first triple A showing from Xbox Studios, right? They acquired Bethesda, and Arcane was in that package and came along with them, and they've developed other games, and we won't go into the minutia of it, right? Because that's not what we're here for. But you hearing about other games, right, that are familiar, and you're the average gamer, okay, that's due to what? That's due to marketing, right? That's due to exposure of those games, and that's why the news somehow gets to your ears, right?
Well, yeah, but I would also say Redfall or whatever controversy it has is picking a very, very interesting time to not have anything said about it, or to not have anybody average know because of the releases that are coming right now.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that.
From Dead Space, Resident Evil, Street Fighters around the corner. There are too many super AAA titles, and I'm gonna say it here. At least some of these titles I've named are going up for Game of the Year.
I mean, we just had Resident Evil 4 remake, right? We have Zelda around the corner.
Yep.
Right?
So,
Tears of the Kingdom, I think it's called.
Yeah. So you're trying to launch a game that has little to no publicity, the average person doesn't know about, and nobody's going to chirp about it because we're chirping about everything else.
And then so that's my point. And anyone who's hearing, I don't know if you are going to agree or not, but I would like you to leave in the comments. did Redfall, Arcane Studios, Microsoft marketing, did they do enough to showcase this game, to really publicize it so that the average Joe, the average consumer, not the person who has their ear to the ground and is tuned in to Reddit and tuned into YouTube and tuned into IGN and tuned into Yang Ye and whoever else is giving the news, right? Whoever, right? But have they done a good enough job, Microsoft in general, Xbox in general, giving publicity to these games that are around the corner and that they're launching soon? Like Jay just said, he doesn't know squat.
I would put into that. It depends on the audience they're trying to aim at as well, because I think a lot of companies have wised up to the fact that a lot of their games aren't for everybody.
Well, I mean, I'm going to argue that, Jay. Not every game that comes out is for everybody, right? You got your first-person shooters, you got your fighters, you got your genres, you got your racers, you got your Fortnites, your Call of Duties. You know, what I'm getting at is a game that is not put forth, just like anything that's not advertised, that's not announced, that's not publicized, whether it's for a targeted audience or demographic or not, it doesn't matter. It's not given the stage, the platform. And I think, and tell me if you disagree, but for a brand new IP, should it not get more publicity, more airtime, more showtime?
Now, there was a game that Microsoft launched. It was that rhythm game, guy with the guitar. What is the name of that game? It just came out. It got little word of mouth, and everybody is excited about it. Like, you didn't know about it. Nobody really. Microsoft's like,
they just shadow dropped it like that day. I know the game you're talking about.
Yeah,
They launched it right into Game Pass. A little title, but now everybody was raving about it.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Right there is to sometimes you don't need to advertise a game. A game, if done properly, can sell itself. And that has been proven.
So that goes to my next point. A game done properly. So here's the drama about this. And this is what I brought up with Redfall. And I want you to just tune in and listen to my perspective here. So this game has been given some publicity. When it first announced, no one had a clue what this game was. They were trying to figure it out, scratch their heads for months. Like, is this, does this fall in the genre of Left 4 Dead? Or is it more like a, what's the other game? Henyo plays it. Well, maybe like in that sense, but what's the Far Cry? Is it like a Far Cry game? Like, where does this game fit? And then certain things started coming up about this game that you had to be online all the time, and people started jumping up and down and saying, "Oh, that's not good," and blah blah blah. So
wait. Why are people jumping up and down when Diablo's going to be online, Division's online? Destiny's
because
online?
People love drama. That's all it is.
That arguing point that everybody has right there is null and void.
Well, you know what? Again, in some people's mind, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not going to sound apologetic, and I'm not going to reel back what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say concerning this Redfall 30 FPS drama, because that's the drama right now. That's what's making news. Oh, this game has been announced. It's coming out May 5th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple of weeks, right? It was announced on a Twitter message by Arcane. Redfall is going to launch with 30 FPS quality mode there's not going to be a performance mode until later on when we patch it into the game. That was it. It's going to run 4K 30, and it's going to run 1440, which is 2K, on the Xbox Series S. And that was the uproar.
So why is anybody even remotely surprised?
So talk about that, Jay. Talk about it.
Like, I need to understand the stupidity that I'm hearing right now.
Because there is this opinion out there, and again, everybody's entitled to the opinion, and I'm not saying I don't agree with this opinion, because I do, but I'm arguing the other side now, right? From the average gamer's point of view, that every game, hear me, every game that launches on either the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 should run at 60 frames per second. That's the standard on these consoles.
That's what people paid their good hard-earned money for.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say it like this. I guess if I have to be honest about it, if anybody is stupid enough to think that a game is gonna come out in today's age, 100% perfect, finished, or any of that above, you're a moron. So, absolute, complete moron. And the reason I say that, there hasn't been a game launched yet in the past 5 years that we can legitimately say that came out, didn't need a patch, didn't need a DLC, didn't need anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't name one game that I can think of. I mean, somebody out there might be able to.
That launched completely, straight from jump, not needing to be patched.
And I'm gonna make it even tougher. A AAA game.
Mm-hmm.
So seriously, 5 years. Name one super AAA game that has come out perfectly.
I can't even tell you because I would have to go do some research to see if that even exists. And what we're talking about, guys, is this. We're not talking about a game that launches and gets an update to tweak maybe a little glitch here or add a little something there. Something that's not major, right? But this seems to be a major thing, that a game running at 30 FPS. Now, mind you, there's going to be people that are going to say, oh, it's a first-person shooter. It has to be buttery smooth, and 30 FPS is not cutting it. Jay, right now, I kind of laugh I'm laughing with them, with my PC gaming brothers and sisters out there who are laughing their ass off right now because they're looking at us, right? Talking about 30 frames per second on a console that touts to be the most powerful console in the world right now. And it can't run a game at 60 FPS. And they're laughing. They're like, 30, 60. We would be like opening up our computers and finding out what was going wrong if a game wasn't running at 120 frames per second, 240 frames per second. So, I get it. Go ahead, Jay. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm gonna say it. Even to this day, and I'm guilty of it now. There's always been a divide between console players and PC players. Just on that note, and owning a halfway decent laptop myself, I understand why. I understand why PC players, when console gamers are crying about, oh, I can't do 30. This only, and they
should do 60.
and the PC player sitting back laughing like, is this what y'all talking about?
Yeah.
Seriously? Is like y'all are 5 to 10 years behind us.
Yeah.
And y'all crying about 30 frames per second? Man, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand why PC players laugh at console gamers, because you don't know nothing. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
like
guilty.
So this is kind of the perspective I want to throw out there, right? That we're here now. Mind you, do I want on my console on the most powerful system in the world, the Xbox Series X? That was their advertisement, not mine, right? That was Xbox.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it false. We all know it's false,
dude. But if you're gonna give me a game that I know should run on the hardware that's in your system, on the specs that are in your system, and this goes the same for PlayStation 5. So the ponies ain't gonna get scot-free with this. But I'm harping on Xbox because this is an AAA Xbox game, okay? And to say, oh, by the way, game's only gonna run at 30 quality mode. That's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? Will I play it at 30? It's gonna be on Xbox Game Pass, and that's a shame. To think, oh, the only reason why I'm gonna even look at this game remotely is because I have an Xbox Game Pass subscription. But what if Xbox Game Pass did not exist and you had to flat out buy this game? It'd be a hard pass for me. It'd be a hard pass.
Now, I want to say this. Didn't we just have this controversy like about a month ago with another game?
What game was that?
A famous game.
What game?
And even PC. Okay, go look up Forspoken.
Oh, yeah. Forspoken was a hot mess. Forget about frames. It was a hot mess.
When you got PC players tilting their head going, I got to use up all this space for this?
Exactly.
Yeah,
no, and I mean, it was just I mean, I don't even want to get into it because I don't even know the details. All I know is that game was a hot trash mess. And the funny thing is that I'm an Xbox gamer, okay? A console gamer. I have PlayStation 5, I got my Switch, I got my Xbox, I got my computer. I got it all. I'm blessed, okay? But I'm not going to make excuses for Xbox. But I'm also not going to get caught up in the drama of because a game is 30 frames per second and it's not 60. You know what? I'm the consumer. And how do I make my thoughts known? Don't play the game. Don't buy it. Just pass. You have, and Jay mentioned it here, you have Street Fighter coming. You have Diablo coming. You have, I think, Minecraft Legends dropped, I think, or is dropping soon.
Yeah,
you have, what else? The new Zelda game coming out. Dude, there's games coming out up the wazoo. Never mind what's on your backlog. So I think for the average gamer, Jay, this is just me. I want to always relate to the average gamer. If we want to try something, we're going to try it. And if we're going to play something, I tell you what, before I was exposed to PC gaming, right? I honestly tell you, I could not tell the difference between 30 frames and 60 frames per second. I couldn't tell. I
think PC, when PC was really dominating, which it still does, those people that were in the know that follow the PC realm, years ago to where we are now, they knew all about this stuff long before it really got big, long before it really hit mainstream. And and it's so people should just stop complaining. I mean,
complain if you want. I'm talking to the average gamer.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in the drama and skip out on a game that might actually be really good, that you might actually have a great time with.
Now, so I can say that with you with Resident Evil 2, right? I begged you, and
Well,
now all of a sudden you in love.
I think Jay, that was different in the sense that you knew the game, but I was never attracted to the genre. Period. I'm talking about I'm talking about here that someone is giving or you have the talking heads, and again, I can join in that conversation and say, yeah, Xbox, you have no excuse. You should have been more forthcoming. Arcane, you should have been more forthcoming. You should have been, more clear in your presentation. You should have said this earlier. You could have probably delayed this game instead of releasing it. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not the marketing person. I'm not the CEO of nothing like that. I don't know what goes into these decisions. But here is a game, AAA, and I'm going to end with this. AAA game. Go ahead.
No, finish it.
I was going to say, all I'm seeing is here is a AAA game from a first party studio from Microsoft Studios, first party studio acquired under Bethesda, Arcane, who has an amazing record of other games that they have in their portfolio. This is not a rookie, company putting out this game, all right? Developer putting out these games. And yet it would be a shame because you have the vocal minority just ranting and raving. And I'm sure that there are some console war, hardcore tryhards out there that are just faking the funk, and they're out there fueling the fire, and they're throwing the gasoline on the fire so that this game crashes and burns before it comes out, before it hits the market, and before the average gamer gets their hands on it. It's gonna be on Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, try it on Game Pass. If you want to play the game, play the game. Check it out. Don't just listen to anybody else and what they're saying and let that keep you away from a game that can possibly be good and later on could be even better. That's just my 2 cents on it. Go ahead, Jay, and then we're going to move on.
I'm going to go ahead and just say this real quick, if I can get my thoughts together correctly. If anybody worth 2 cents hears this, I'm just going to tell you just like it is. Delaying a good game, the fans will cheer for you. Because people would rather you drop a game that is good and you can delay it. Hey, we need an extra, 6-month delay because of these reasons. People will forgive you, especially if they're waiting on it. People will go, you know what? I can wait a couple of extra months for this game, and you give a little sneak peek. Hey, this is why we had to hold it back. This is, these are the problems, and people will clap and be fortunate and actually give you their money because you're being forthcoming. I think that'll help you guys in the long run. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think right now it's too late. I mean, it's April 18th. The game has been pretty much already reviewed by IGN and has already been posted out there. If you were going to do that, you would have done it already. At this point, I think they're going to release this game. It's going to be out in the wild, and I don't know. I just don't know. I hope the best for Arcane, for Redfall. I'm not going to make excuses. It should not be 30 frames per second on the most powerful console in the world, the Xbox Series X. Those are not my words. Those are Microsoft words. Let's step up our game. Let's get this right. And if games need time to cook, let them cook. Give us games that are not gonna need major patches, or games that are only gonna give us one option or the other. No, I want all the options. I want to be able to select if I want to play a game on performance mode and rev up the frames per second 60 or more, or I want to play it in 4K at a locked 60. That's what I want. That's what we deserve. That's what's been promised and has not been delivered. All right, I'm moving on. If you guys have been listening up until now, if you're catching this on a replay, leave your comments. All right, I don't want to hear the whole whining and Redfall is gonna die and this. No. Leave something constructive. Are you gonna play the game? Are you gonna give it a shot? Are you gonna wait until it launches and it gets patched and then, maybe later on it'll be a different experience? I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun if you can get 4 people on the same page to play the game, but we'll see. We will see.
The answer for me is no. I got too many games to play.
And we have a lot to play, don't we? And no time to play.
So what you got for me on the agenda next?
All right. Well, we are turning the page, turning the corner. You guys are going to see, you who are watching video, you're going to watch a little ticker that's going across the screen. I'm trying to spice it up here a little bit. And I had this on a little bit earlier and I noticed it. And while we were talking about this Redfall stuff, but there's a ticker that's going across the screen and it says right now, Ubisoft Plus subscription. Yes or no? Now, have you heard about this, Jay? Ubisoft Plus subscription now available on Xbox.
What do I need a Ubisoft Plus subscription? No, I mean I'm asking this seriously. Why do I need a subscription to Ubisoft?
Why would you want it? Let's not even ask about need. Would you want a Ubisoft subscription?
I don't understand why remotely even have one in the first place.
Well, I mean, they got Far Cry. They got Tom Clancy games like Rainbow Six, The Division, Ghost Recon. They got stuff coming out, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna be real. Ubisoft, dumb move. I think it's a extremely dumb move because you guys haven't released a great game in a latter part of 5 years. I mean, Ghost Recon, which one was it? Not Wildlands, the one after Breakpoint. Breakpoint was a bust. Division 2 is slowly dying. You guys haven't made a good Assassin's Creed game in years. I mean, what would I subscribe for? Most of the people who already got your games already bought them. And I get it, hey, we want to bring in new customers. Word of mouth is a very, very, very strong thing that a lot of you companies forget. And when a lot of your games are already lambasted, or your population players for games like Division and whatnot, they're not as strong as you want them to be because you're pretty much recycling the same thing over and over again. So
I've heard that. I've heard that comment. I gotta agree with you as well that it's been said that Ubisoft started to take its IPs and kind of just smash them all together. And we saw it playing Ghost Recon. We played both of them, Wildlands and Breakpoint. But more so with Breakpoint, right, where they were trying to blend over Division elements into it, putting a gear score. And there was a lot of people that were mad, Ghost Recon players that were mad because of that. Go ahead, Jay. What were you going to say?
I'm gonna be real about it, and I think you can agree to this. This is one of those cases where the sequel never lived up to the first. Never.
Yeah.
Wildlands was an overall better game.
Yes, I agree.
Like all they did was go, ooh, Breakpoint, paint. Ooh, we like this from Division. We'll add that. And then everybody was like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Even I made the comment and you know, we've talked about playing the Division franchise here and how much we enjoy Division 1
Yeah.
and our frustrations and love-hate relationship with the second one, and then like you said a moment ago, it not really living up in our estimation to the first one. But yeah, it's like they smashed their IPs together and said, yeah, let's just make one bit potluck and let's see what comes out of this. And it just, yeah, I agree with you, Jay. I don't think Ubisoft has, for me, launched anything in recent memory that I've said, ooh, I can't wait for that game to come out because I'm going to be there day one. I haven't seen that with Ubisoft.
Well, they're in trouble just like any other company. They got to get their stuff together. A lot of games that they've put out have died or dead on arrival or they can't do anything with. You know, you can only regurgitate the same content till people are like, all right, ooh, a new weapon, yay. Ooh, a new skin, yay. Like, you're not really, there's no incentive to play the game.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
No, and you know what, Jay? And I just remember just chatting with you here just a little bit. They're working on an Avatar IP. You remember that?
Yeah, the open world, just like everything.
I mean, I've never seen it. I'm just saying, I haven't heard any news.
It's like one of those legendary games that when you hear something about, you're like, I thought that game died.
Yeah, and don't they have another game called something Pirates, Skull and Pirates or something that they've had open betas on them and it's been announced forever, but the game I don't think is still out.
I heard something about that a couple months ago.
Yeah. That's how uninteresting it is to me.
Well, I think they got Korean partners to back that game, and they put a lot of money into it. And you know how it go. It's time for y'all to put up a product, and Ubisoft can't deliver right now because their entire structure is a mess.
Right. I said here, and do you remember, and I think Henyo was on the podcast as well, and shout out to Henyo if he's listening. Hope he's enjoying his MLB, the show, and just enjoying life, having a good time. We hope to have him here eventually, but I know he does pick up on the podcast and listens and tunes in after the fact, and he does leave comments, which, again, I invite you guys, if you haven't been exposed to Drama Free Gaming, DFG Podcast, this is your opportunity. We're here on YouTube. Check us out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment and continue tuning in. Let me get back to this thought. And I was saying, do you remember when I said, and it was probably 2 years ago, maybe more, that I predicted that Ubisoft would eventually be on Game Pass, because EA had got on board with Game Pass, and they're still there, right? EA started off with their own like subscription, but now it's a part of Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken, part of that subscription.
I think so. Yeah, right.
Right. So I said, you know what? I think the next one that's going to follow suit and is going to bring their games over to Game Pass is going to be Ubisoft. And when I heard this announcement, do you remember that? Let me ask that. Do you remember that?
I think I can recall that conversation.
It was several years ago that I spoke about it, and I said I think that Ubisoft is going to be the next one in line who's going to put their games, a company is just going to put their games on Game Pass. And when I first heard this announcement about Ubisoft and now on Game Pass and this and that, I did a double take. I said, wait, what? And when I looked into it further, then I saw that it was its own subscription. So what was the next logical thing that I did? I went and turned on my Xbox. I went to my Game Pass tab. I saw it there. It said Ubisoft Plus, join now. And then, they had the Assassin's Creed up there and the Ghost Recon and the Rainbow Six. And, they're different IPs, right? And then I clicked that button, the subscribe button, right? To see what the deal was, how much they were going to charge. Dude, do you know how much they're charging for it?
$9.99.
No.
$4.99.
Are you serious? You going down? Try going up.
No, you better. Come on, man. $14.99.
No.
Man, if you talking about $20, you might as well just tell them to shoot themselves in the face.
Brother, $17.99.
For what? What am I getting?
You know what I want you to do? Jay, can you do me a favor? Just to double check, right? Could you are you anywhere near your Xbox?
I'm sitting right here in front of my TV.
Could you bring it up? Bring it up on your Xbox. Bring up the Game Pass and look for that Ubisoft Plus and just verify that it's $17.99.
Man,
please.
You finna hurt my feelings. You finna get my feelings hurt out here.
Because the moment I saw the $17.99, you know what I said, right?
Okay, Game Pass.
Nope. That's exactly what I said. I said, did Ubisoft lose its mind? $17.99. There's not even a hey, check us out for the first 30 days. Jump on now and we'll give you the first 3 months for $9.99. Nope, they said give us your money. $17.99. And I said,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hold on. I'm looking for
you still looking for it?
Plus.
Brother, what you digging, bro? Come on, it's right there.
Nah. Okay, hold on. I'm in the store now.
No, don't look in the store. Go press your globe button and go over to where it says all your games. It says all my games. And then you scroll over to where it says Game Pass games. You click on that and it'll bring up the whole Ubisoft, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Hold on. Games.
This brother searching high and low.
Look, man.
While Jay is trying to figure that out, let me remind you guys, we are here. What's on the screen right now is Resident Evil 2. I actually finished. You guys saw the B-roll. I finished the first part of the game with Claire, and I will continue playing the game with Leon. So next week, we should have some B-roll film for you guys to watch of gameplay with Leon. So I seem to do better in gameplay when I'm not streaming and I'm just recording, because when I streamed last Friday, I was trying to just have a game night and I record about 45 minutes of gameplay and I was stuck. And I tell you, the moment that I stopped and I cut the stream off, the place I was stuck in, I got through it and I finished the game. Go ahead, Jay. What were you gonna say about? Did you find it?
Okay, so I'm in the full library. I got all games, own games, Game Pass. And on Game Pass.
Did you scroll over? There should be a scroll over to where you see Ubisoft. You don't see it?
I got games with gold, EA Play.
Jay, talk to these people. I'm going to click over a button over here. I'm going to get on my Xbox because I got to look at it, okay? But tell these people, what do you think Ubisoft should have done? Or should Ubisoft just should Ubisoft bring their price down? Should they join Xbox? What should Ubisoft be doing?
Bring their price down. They shouldn't even do this to begin with.
Talk about that, Jay. What
I know
you wouldn't like be like tempted to jump on if it was part of Game Pass? I mean, don't you think that would be better?
No, man, hell no. Wait, spell Ubi.
Oh my God, I'm gonna look up. This brother don't know. Ubisoft, bro. Ubisoft. Ubisoft. I'm turning on my Xbox right now.
Okay.
This is hilarious, man. This brother don't even know how to look for Ubisoft.
Okay, first off, don't be getting on me. They get on me like this on live. No, I'm good.
For all you gamers out there, now you can call Jay. He a fraud. He hasn't touched a controller in a long time. No, you know what that brother's been playing? He's been playing something retro. That's what he's been playing.
No, I beat Resident Evil 4 remake yesterday, so I haven't played nothing retro.
That brother said, "I'm playing real games."
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily deny that comment because retro is real, baby. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, did you find Ubisoft? And are you looking at it?
The closest thing I found was Ubisoft Connect.
Good Lord have mercy.
Hey, look, man, you asked me to go look, and it didn't appear on my screen.
It didn't appear on the screen. I'm
pretty sure it should just say Ubisoft Plus, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll go to the regular Game Pass.
I'm looking right here. Let me look for this. Right there where it says full library, and then you on the top says all games, owned games, Xbox Game Pass, EA Play, games with gold, owned apps, and then at the very end, Ubisoft Plus. And so I'm scrolling through this, and people who are listening, join me on this adventure. Tell me about Ubisoft. Let's see.
No, hold on. See, I got all games, own games, Xbox game, EA Play, games with gold, own apps. That's where I stop.
Oh, maybe you need to update your system.
Well, no,
Do you have Game Pass?
Yeah, I got Ultimate.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Okay.
You need to update your system because it's on mine, and I'm looking at it. It says... I'm going to read the advertisement to you guys. It says, subscribe to discover new worlds. 60 plus games on Xbox. PC access on Ubisoft Connect. Day one releases. Most premium editions. Expansion and season passes. Free rewards and discounts. 1 month for $17.99. Automatically continues at $17.99 per month. Join now. Now, mind you, I didn't notice the other tab. It says here, other plans. But from what I just read, it don't tell me nothing. It says 60 plus games, PC access on Ubisoft Connect. So for you guys who don't know, they have their own app on the PC. Okay?
They do.
Yeah.
I have it. I found the downloadable software.
Right.
Here's just so you know. No, that's Connect. Never mind. You said Plus, right?
Yeah. So check this out. I clicked on the other plans, and as soon as I clicked it, it says no available offers. So
wow,
it's $17.99, and you know what I say to that? Nope.
Oh man, you automatically know. Okay, so I went to the Ubi store to check out Ubisoft Plus. Now they got Discover Ubisoft multi-access now on Xbox, starting at $14.99 a month. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at it from the PC side. So the PC side wants $14.99 a month. Play the way you want on PC, cloud, or console. You can play your favorite Ubisoft title. You can play your favorite Ubisoft franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and new releases day one. And enjoy a 10% discount on all virtual currencies. You guys are stupid. I'm sorry.
And let me say something. For clarity's sake, the PC subscription is separate, is different because this one is Ubisoft Plus. So this is giving you for the price of $17.99. So mind you, Jay just read the one from the PC part. It's $14.99, right? But if you join Ubisoft Plus for an additional, let's do the math, 15, 16, $3, you get console games. You got 60 plus games on Xbox and the PC access on Ubisoft Connect.
Oh, okay. So there are two plans.
Mm-hmm.
PC access, multi-access.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you choose the PC access, that means you get PC only, ladies and gentlemen.
You ain't getting no Xbox access, right? Because you're paying $14.99.
So, and ladies and gentlemen, I hate to put it like a simpleton, but a lot of times we need to be talked to like we're simpletons.
Yeah.
You know, so $14.99 is basically PC only,
Mm-hmm.
and with that you get to play 100 plus games on PC. You get premium editions, day one releases, 10% off your games, monthly rewards, and new indie games. Wow.
Yeah.
So what they did was, hey, Game Pass, we want to copy your model, but we want to be connected to you also. Man, Xbox, tell them to get off your nuts. I'm sorry.
They're just putting their app and their advertisement and their games on here. It's not really part of Game Pass. It's its own separate freestanding subscription. Remember how EA started? It had its own subscription. And then it eventually just, made some sort of deal with Xbox and it just folded in there into Game Pass.
Now, for your $3, I got to give you this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to know what you're getting for your extra $3 for your
Go ahead.
$17.99 a month?
Enlighten me.
Play selected games via cloud with Luna. Play selected games with Xbox. That's all you get for your extra $3.
That's it. Select it. You don't get to select. And you don't know how those cloud games are going to perform. Again.
So
Yeah.
Anybody who buys this, you need to be punched in the face.
Brother, I think this is just a straight slap in the face. That's what I think. I mean,
seriously.
Yeah, man. I just it's a hard pass for me. But again, it's here, and I really don't know why. I've been so disenchanted with Ubisoft for quite some time. Mind you, still love the IP for The Division. Still love me some Ghost Recon. I've enjoyed a couple of the Assassin's Creed, games. Rayman Legends is a game that I've played back in the days. They have some good titles, but it's been so reskinned and reskinned and reskinned and reskinned that I'm done. I'm done with it, bro. I don't know. Nothing excites me coming from Ubisoft. And mind you, I'm going to leave it on this note, Jay. Do you remember a game called Splinter Cell?
Oh, absolutely. That was a classic back in the day.
That's
Xbox,
a Ubisoft IP. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? Exactly.
Somewhere in the deepest, darkest dungeons of their vault, probably.
Yeah, you know what they did? They said, should we reimagine Splinter Cell, a game that holds weight, a game that is loved, a game that would get a great reception and there's a fan base for? Or should we work on this other thing with some blue men and women running around with tails called Avatar? Yeah, we'll go with that one. And hey, that's how connected or disconnected they are with the gaming community. That's my opinion, and my opinion alone.
I'm going to call it right now. The biggest money makers in today's market have been what?
Enlighten me.
And the correct answer is retro remakes.
Well,
everything that's being remade from years past, Mega Man, Resident Evil, Gears of War, Dead Space, all these retro remakes that they're reaching for, rehashing, retooling, redoing, they making a killing because they're doing them right.
And that's it right there. They are doing them right.
I could care less about a new IP that comes out, and I already know. Got to put some work in. Got to wait for, a couple patches to come in and enjoy the game. Trust me, guys, I've walked that path. Did it for 3 years with Division 1. And Tom was there. Games are like that now. That needs to be expected. Stop complaining about something that's already a given.
Yeah.
What you can do, if you don't want companies to do that, is don't buy their games day one.
Yeah.
Force companies, you speak with your wallet, not with your mouth.
Yeah.
Your mouth is for opinions. Your money shuts people up.
And you know what, Jay? And I think that point that you've made here over and over and you've been consistent on, I think it's going to be another topic for another podcast, because I do want to speak about how Game Pass, which is the best gaming subscription deal out there, hands down, okay? Bar none, right? But it changes the way that we, quote unquote, vote with our wallets, because a subscription, you set it up once and you forget it, and then they give you a buffet or a buffet, however you want to pronounce that, of titles that you get to pick and choose. And not all of them are going to be bangers. Not all of them are going to be great. There's going to be trash on there. And then there's going to be some jewels, and there's going to be some pleasant surprises. But you pay a subscription. Whereas the days of dropping $70, $80, $100 on a game, they're not behind us, but that's where you, quote unquote, vote with your wallet. And that's going the way of the dodo, I think, man. And that's why these companies know that they could release games that are incomplete and put them on a subscription service like Game Pass. And I'm afraid, because I don't want Game Pass to become a dumping ground for games. You know what I'm saying? Like Nintendo has an open store where every day, and Steam as well, every day there's hundreds of trash titles that are dropped on there. Hundreds. And you can't filter through all of them. I want Game Pass to retain a high standard of excellence and quality, whether that's a AAA game or an indie game. And Microsoft has, I think, the opportunity to set that bar, keep that bar moving forward, or they're just going to just say, hey, just drop your game, whatever it is, and we'll just patch it as we go along. Like, that's another conversation. I think we could talk about that another time. But go ahead, Jay. Speak your mind a bit about it.
I definitely think I will agree with your point that Game Pass, the deal for it is almost unbeatable for what you're getting for the price. I mean, if Sony got their PlayStation Store right and actually got the availability of the games that people actually wanted, then they would give Game Pass a run for its money.
Right.
I mean, I'm just speaking this from the actual average standpoint.
Yeah.
I came up with both Xbox. I came up with Sony as well. And there are a lot of games that I wish Sony would just throw up on their store or on their, what do they call Sony's one? The Sony PlayStation.
I don't know, bro. They got it so segmented and so many tiers, and I don't know if I'm coming or going, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we'll say the ultimate tier for Sony. Right?
Yeah,
their ultimate tier.
Yeah, they nickel and dime your ass just to get retro, PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2, you want all those old games that nobody wants to play? Well, because nobody wants to play them, we're going to put them on the super top diamond tier, whatever they call it, and then you and I, like fools, we pay for it. But they know we want those games.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Sony can drop 5 titles remastered right now and make over $1 billion easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Same thing with Microsoft. I guarantee you right now, there's probably a game you would be like, all right, Microsoft, you need to go ahead, stop playing, and make this game happen.
Dude, I have my ear to the ground and recently heard, and again, I'm gonna move on from the topic from that, but talking about remakes and stuff, I've never played it, so I'm gonna reserve my comments, but I hear that there's a community and people that rant and rave about a game called Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm like, okay, I'm glad you like the game. We all have our favorites, but if that's the best that we got, if that's what we got to look forward to, that's going to be reimagined, remade, reskinned, whatever you want to do, dude, I'm depressed already. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just, come on now. Let's get these new IPs right. Let's do that first, please. Can we do that?
I tell you what, I'll give you one better. How about giving me an original IP that doesn't suck, that's fun to play?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Jay. Like, here's Redfall coming. Dude, I hate to go back to it. It's coming here in a couple of weeks. Come on, man. Let's be. Why can't we just get things out in the open? Why can't we just talk to people and say, "Hey, we're not ready. Hey, we've been testing this game for months. We don't want to release it because it's not going to meet the standard that you guys are expecting and we promised." That's
easy.
Right?
It doesn't fit the bottom line of what the investors want. Period.
Not every story is a Cinderella story. There's only 2 games that come to mind that came out as hot fire trash, and now they're being really looked at and celebrated. One was No Man's Sky.
That was one of mine.
And number 2, Cyberpunk 2077.
We got to talk about that another day.
We'll talk about that another day.
I ain't heard. I know CD Projekt Red always do.
Well, before we get on the next podcast, make me a promise, man. Get your ear to the ground. Look up some videos on Cyberpunk 2077, and then come prepared to talk about it, because the game has turned the corner. And a lot of it has to do, again, with the way that team has put their nose to the grindstone and the technology that's out and all that. And we'll talk about that maybe on the next podcast. But anyways, if you guys are enjoying this podcast, we're coming to the end here. I'm only going to keep Jay here for a couple of more minutes because he needs to go and make sweet, sweet music with that pillow. So I want to try to end it on some sort of a high note. What do you?
I got one.
Well, I'm gonna throw something out and then I'm gonna let you jump in on that. But I got another ticker scrolling across the screen. If you're watching it here live or even on the replay, I wrote out Xbox controllers are cool, but are you getting one?
No.
Nope. Well, never mind. We ain't having no discussion on that. Let's move on.
What's the point? I want to spend $60 on another controller.
60? No, they ain't 60, bro. They're not $60. Nah.
Don't you cut my dough with an evil price. Brother. Tell Xbox, man, Xbox can go jump off a cliff for that. No,
brother. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna check.
Don't make me.
No, I got my Xbox on. I got my Xbox on. So here we are. Xbox consoles.
I'm gonna look up
Xbox controllers.
GameStop.
No. I'm looking at the store right now. I got it in front of me. So
we gonna price compare.
Here's the Xbox wireless controller, the Remix Special Edition. Now, mind you, I love the way this controller looks. I love the color scheme. You know, it's like a hunter, no, like a forest green, silver buttons. You know, with a little bit of like a mustard yellow color. It looks kind of dope. And, you know, it features recovered plastics with 1/3 of it, meaning the controller, is made from regrind and reclaimed materials. So it's a nice controller. It's a regular standard controller, right? It's wireless. It's a regular controller with this color scheme. It's made with 1/3 plastic material. So that means they've taken old controllers and smashed them up and made this controller. But it's selling for $84.99. That's money, bro.
Nope.
They want your money. $84.99.
So $84.99 for what?
For the remix special edition. It's a regular controller. All it is that it's made from 1/3 of reclaimed material.
Now, guys, if you hear this conversation right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you buy that controller, you're an idiot. Well, you can go.
This guy.
I don't work for GameStop. I'm not promoting GameStop, but I'll tell you the better deal is you can go to GameStop right now and buy a Microsoft Xbox Elite Series 2 wireless controller, just the core version, for $100.
Hey, you don't get the fancy back paddles, but you get an Elite controller.
You're getting an Elite controller, which is far better than the super duper pretty whatever color that you can. Yeah. I'll spend the extra $10 and buy the Elite controller. Thank you.
Now, if you go to the store, the Xbox store here, the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, the core, like Jay just mentioned, it is 16% off right now, so it's $108. And I think if I'm not mistaken, you can customize your colors, and it looks like you're getting a red one, a blue one, and a white one as well. So let me see the color. No, it's only red, white, and blue. Patriotic. So
that's all. That's all you get.
Yeah, either a red controller, a white controller, or a blue controller for $108.99, and that's an Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 Core. These are the controllers that do not come with the accessories, with the back paddles. Okay, so if you just need an Elite controller and you're trying to swap out one that, you know, from one that you might have, like maybe a Series 1, and you got those back paddle attachments and whatnot, you can swap them out and slap them on the Series 2, and they'll work just fine. I'm holding mine's in my hand. Mine's is black though, a Series 2, and it's a great controller. I love it. I just love the feel, the grip, the texture grip. It's cool. That's one other thing. You cannot customize the black grips of your controller. So you can change. Oh, really? Yeah, you can change the color on these Elite controllers. You can change the colors and whatnot, but you can't change the black rubberized grips. You can't do it. So
now, guys, this is the first time we've ever done an accessory cost price.
He making it sound like it's a big deal.
No, I'm being honest. This is the first, and it's actually kind of fun because you actually see two people comparing prices from two different places, but it's not like we're not paid to do this. We're doing this for fun.
No, this is just us. Like, we looked up the Ubisoft pricing, and we're like, that was a hard pass because we know Ubisoft was just trying to cash in, right?
That's and garbage right there. Oh my God.
It's a hard pass for me. But if I'm gonna be cynical about something, these controllers are dope. Let me just say, the way they look, I would be remotely interested, even though I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 Xbox controllers. I have an Xbox Series 2 Elite. That's my main controller. I have a regular Xbox Series X controller that I use for my Steam Deck when I'm playing in dock mode. And I have a white controller, Xbox Series X controller, that I use for my Switch when I'm playing in dock mode. So
that's hot.
I don't need another controller. And I ain't paying no $84.99 for no recycled. I don't care what. I don't care. It's great. It's fine. But it's a hard pass for me, man. I can't do it, bro.
Man, I hate to say it. I'm not trying to push nobody, but y'all, if you in the news for gaming right now, looks like GS is having a really nice sale on some games.
GameStop, right? GameStop.
Yeah.
Okay, don't use acronyms. You're gonna throw people off. Say GS. What is GS? I don't know how.
Well, GameStop got some. GameStop got some good deals going on right now. Wow.
I have not stepped into a GameStop in a hot minute. So
it's called. I ain't stepping in your store. I'll order from you online.
Nah, not even, man. I'm not even trying to order anything from GameStop, to be honest with you.
Well, the whole GameStop thing. We'll save that for another day. We can rant and rave about that all day long.
Yeah. We'll talk about it another time, but let's wrap this one up, Jay. We've gone a little bit long here, and I do appreciate you hanging out. Jay, I know you're working like 12 jobs, and you're trying to keep your head above water and whatnot. I do appreciate you being here and just chatting, having our bowling night, and don't disappear, man. Don't disappear on us. Stay with us. Give us your farewell.
Well, first off, I ain't going nowhere. I've been here since the inception of all this, and I ain't going nowhere. I told this guy I got his back through thick and thin. I ain't going nowhere. And as far as you people out there, I hope you guys have fun tonight. We just want to bring it in a very different style. That's why we kind of talk about it and have fun with it, rather than, hey, this is today's news.
Right, and just
gaming,
just
gaming
parrot
sucks.
what's being said.
Yeah, it's like, everybody goes, gaming sucks, and then everybody starts repeating the same thing. But I like the laid back tone of, just calling it what it is.
Yeah.
And if you like that, stay with us.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Jay always says, at the end of the day, it's your money.
Oh,
I was waiting for that.
I forgot.
But you know what? I'm going to take a page as we close it out here. Guys, listen, it doesn't even matter what we've said. Our opinions are our own. I can just tell you this, and it's not the first time, it won't be the last. We're gamers. This is a hobby. Don't be so serious about it. If you don't like something, move on. We have so many games, so many consoles, so much that is accessible at our fingertips. We don't have time to be complaining and warring against one another. It's a hobby. If you're going to go play Redfall, go play Redfall. If you got 4 friends, 5 friends, 8 friends, you guys have been planning this since the moment you heard Redfall was going to launch and it was going to be 4 players. And hey, go and play. Forget about all the news and even what we've said. Go play your 30 frames per second game on your Xbox. Have fun. You're probably not even going to notice. All right, because
not really.
Yeah, because you haven't been exposed. So probably it's best that your virgin eyes have not been, have not been exposed to the magic of PC gaming and 120 frames, 144 frames per second. It is something to marvel. It is something to behold. It is wonderful. But at the end of the day, it's all gaming. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Jay, thank you for being here. Shout out to DFG on our Discord, Drama Free Gaming. Come and join us there. Come and catch us here next week. And until then, guys, be good and do good. And keep your gaming and your life drama free. Later, Jay.
Later.